Hello there, this is Ben from Triple Jump, and you're listening to Bullshittery of the Week, a Shodcast by Andy and Dan. Doo-doo ba ba da beep.
Perfect.
Oh, I mean, hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic episode of the Andy and Dan Shodcast.
The sheer plethora of episodes.
What a year at this point.
If that, really struggling to keep up that regularity. But yes, welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
Andy Dan Shodcast.
Welcome in.
BS of the week. I'll still call it that. Might as well call it BS of the day. Like, it's just reduce it even more, even though it's like longer and longer each time.
Bullshittery of the minute.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Daniel. How are you?
I'm alright. Tired.
Yeah.
Sexy. Question mark.
Oh.
I'm alright.
Leave it in the comments. Is Daniel sexy?
Please say maybe.
All signs point to yes.
It's like us under burner accounts like Daniel is really sexy. I have been paid to say this, even though it's our own account. Still reluctant. I guess.
Wow.
But yeah, just been.
I think that's up to your sex quota right there.
It's gone up for a whole 10 decibels. What?
Yeah, come on. Tell me about yourself, Daniel.
It's been dad life in ill life and
yeah,
struggling to work life and
yeah.
I don't know why life in's a verb.
Why not?
I always forget.
Let's make it one.
Unless I analyse it in great detail at the time, I always forget what verbs and nouns are. Rashi. But yeah. Yeah, not much really. Just Andrew visited recently, a few weeks ago. Andrew
I did.
Down to Liverpool town.
I did.
And other
It
rhymes.
was a grand old time.
It was really good fun.
We recorded, we watched Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I
remember watching the second one. That's how clocked how I was.
It's because it wasn't that good. That's why it's like...
But why do I only remember that one?
Because it wasn't that good. So
it left a scar on me.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was alright. It wasn't. It was okay.
There was no Wreck-It Ralph
hold
the
a candle.
first.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't hold a candle to the first one.
Yeah. Sort of. Like, okay, then fine. Yeah, we did a bunch of recording. We finally got back to recording some Time Royals because by then it'd been like, God, when's the last time? Sometime last year, middle of last year maybe, since the last time I was down to record.
Yeah, because
really,
Flo was here.
She was here, and she was proud to disrupt us.
She was only like 6 months old at the time.
Yeah, she was very stationary at the time, so it was easy to come around with Flo. But not anymore. She's moved up in the world. She's CEO now of...
Moving.
Yeah. Moving about. Industries. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Nothing much to chat about.
Same here. I'm struggling to cope. Well, this isn't a therapy session, Daniel.
No, it's far from it. It's the opposite. It makes you worse. Don't even start treating like therapy.
But, yeah. So that's been fun to deal with.
Well, Andrew, before that, you did an amazing series of your debut.
I did. I started breaking the law all over the place.
You did. I tried to stop
it. Which took a very long time to do.
Which is very
and now
ambitious
that I've
series.
done it, now that I've done it, I'm finding it hard to do the next one because I can't write right now. So that's not helping.
Went too big, too hard.
I did. But I think I've got like a few subjects that I want to do.
Yeah.
It's just...
I thought of some for you.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you want me to reveal them right now on the podcast? I mean, it's nothing subtle. I was going to say you could do the Final Fantasy 12 summons and their religious backgrounds for like where their names derive from and stuff and their influences. Well, obviously, because it's like
Zodiac.
yeah, but like they're all other names like Cuchulainn and stuff like that. They all come from different.
Cuchulainn was like an Irish
because
person.
they're all like come from like different religions and stuff. Like and they like to have a counterpart which you never see that's mentioned in the little bio, which you could also explore as well. The name and origins.
The Scions.
Scions of lightness and darkness.
Let's call them the. What was it called again? Forgotten.
Yes.
I want to say Escuria, but it's not Escuria. But nah.
Yeah, it wasn't Obscuria.
Acuria.
Oh no, that was from fucking Fantastic Beasts.
No, it was the Acuria, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the Obscuria was from Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Yes, let's cut that. Bleep it now.
Hey, the first film was good, and then
Yeah, and then the rest.
And
happened.
then she, J.K. Rowling, all over it, all over her entire franchise. Yes,
but yeah, I could do that. That'd be fine. And I know all that because I was working on that Greek monster tamer.
Mhm.
I know all the origins of the Zodiac, so I can do that.
but I was also like I said with the Irish one, I think it'd be cool to look into individual.
Yeah, I'll delve into him.
I think
Yeah,
you
because
should
the drama, like I know
You should, yeah.
some of them aren't things though. Like Ultima's not anything.
No, true.
And
But then you could also be
fan
like,
for it.
just a general appearance and like her themes of her
Yeah.
character. You could be like, oh, he derives
Yeah, why
from
not?
the themes of angels and stuff like that.
Gonna have to play Final Fantasy 12 now. I
fine.
hope you're happy, Daniel.
I'm very happy. Because also I was like, oh, you could do one video on the signs of light and then one on signs of darkness. But then I was like, the signs of darkness all have an appearance and a main role in the game, and all like the light ones are briefly mentioned. So maybe just take all of them and then
do it in
split
one
it down,
video.
or just split it down the middle and then just do 2 parts or whatever if it ends up being too long.
And then I had
them.
Norse myths
Oh,
for the Colossian legendaries,
yes.
which I recorded, but I haven't. Yeah, I have the script written, but I need to actually edit the video.
Yeah.
And then I recorded Final Fantasy 8 because I was going to do the origins of the sorceresses and where they came from and how it ties into the Wizard of Oz.
Ah, there was.
There was.
the wonderful words of Oz, there was.
But I wrote out, like, I've got the record, I'm just going to ignore that.
Please do. Please.
And then I've written everything down and
well, the planning stage is pretty much done then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It won't feel too bad. It's not like you've just sat there with like SpongeBob and he's like spending ages and he's just like
yeah. But I haven't been able to face like writing or I did a bit of drawing the other day, just very briefly.
Oh, Andrew, son of a gun. Probably more drawing than I've done recently.
And then but then I can't write, and then I found it difficult to game, and then I found it so I've been trying to ease myself back into gaming, and then obviously I can't stream, and then if I can't record and edit, it puts the content on hold, which is very annoying because I'm sat at 798 subs right now.
No, yeah. That's from the sheer gemosity of your Breaking the Law videos.
Yeah, and then I have obviously the new game came out today, official release date of Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
That's Claire Acuria, actually. I think you'll find we just established.
Which has done amazingly based on what
the
reviews and everything I've seen.
Reviews have gone crazy for it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna record it. Obviously not like Let's Play wise, but I'm gonna record it while I play it, and then I can be like, "Oh look, lore."
So you have to go through it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just have it recorded and then you've got it. Nice.
But then Amazon were like, there's been a problem with your account, so they didn't ship it out. And then I fixed the issue with the account. And then a bill came out last night. And then it went under the amount. I was like, for fuck's sake!
God damn it!
So I'm getting my money tomorrow, so I'm going to buy it, and then it's going to arrive Saturday. But
sure,
it's just annoying that happened.
Yeah,
it said it was going to come on Saturday anyway, so it's just like, okay, well, it doesn't really matter.
Just had to put me through unnecessary stress.
Yeah. So I'll do that. So I've got options, Daniel. I've got options.
You've got this whole platter in front of you, and you've got stuff like already planned, sort of notes.
Like that Sabrina gif with the pancakes.
Oh. That wasn't recorded, so you didn't see the amazing gesture I did.
No, you didn't. And then I want to do like the origins of what certain Pokemon are based on. So like I was thinking dragon types, because people seem to have a massive issue with dragon types. So I thought that'd be a cool one to do.
Pokemon fans having a massive issue with something in the games, impossible.
Yeah. There's always it's like, oh, why is Charizard not dragon? It's like, well, Florges isn't a grass type.
Yeah.
And Graplox isn't a water type.
Yeah, a lot of it boils down to just because.
It's just like, it's the way that they explained it in the past is like something can be a dragon, but it doesn't have to necessarily be a dragon type.
Yeah, because then you like limit it to what type matchups you can do and stuff, so.
Because it's called sort of like, obviously they are very lizard based and all that. It's just the way that they decided to do it. And it's just like, okay.
Just because you wanted to go with the 5-line type.
It's like flying types were originally bird type. They weren't flying.
Yeah.
They changed it, so it's probably what they did with dragon. They were like, oh, dragons and birds and bug.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yes.
Well, enough about that, Daniel. What have you been playing? What a segue.
Well, I started Sable.
Yeah, you did. That was really interesting.
Actually, last podcast we did was looking ahead at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And
yes, it was.
I finally finished that about a month or two ago.
Yeah, he did.
Like a year after it came out.
Well, it's all right, Daniel. You were savouring it because it was beautiful. Plus, you're a father.
I never had time to play it. This is the truth. And it's like a 500-hour game. So yeah, I did play and finish it. I did pretty much.
We're just slamming Flow against the controller to get Tifa. By the end of it, it's like.
Annoyingly, I completed about 98.9% of the game.
Yeah, it's just.
But I was at peace with that by the end. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, there's just a few.
I've wrung every last ounce of joy I can out of this game before I absolutely lose my shit.
Oh, interestingly, yesterday, or it was earlier today, I can't remember. Cody, whatever he's called, I can't remember his name.
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Okay, Cody Rhodes.
WWE, oh no,
Cody,
he's not WWE champion anymore. Spoilers.
Christian,
yeah,
was like
not real
back in the booth with the pals or something.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw it like a few hours ago actually.
Yeah, he had a gif of Cloud next to him. It was like, oh,
what could this mean?
But I don't think people realise how early they record voice lines for games, especially considering like they've already got all the assets. They'll just obviously update them for Part 3.
Yeah.
So it's just like if they've already got the story planned out and everything, they will be in the booths this early.
In the boots, yeah.
Yeah. Which is really cool. But back to Rebirth, Daniel.
I think you said a while ago they had this scenario already all planned out. You just needed to script write or tweak it or something.
Yeah, they needed to tweak it because they're having issues with like how the high wind's going to work.
Oh, they'll make it work.
They figured it out, and then they said, I think it was a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago, where they said, "Oh yeah, like the whole thing's done now." Nomura's like, "Yep, I'm happy."
In the butter. Yeah.
Peanut butter.
What? And there's the A in the butter.
Peanut butter.
It's actually, they figured it out because it's just going to be like a 2D sprite of like the high wind, just like flying sideways but forward and backwards, just like not moving. Worse than 6 somehow, just starting.
But we'll do as information comes out about it, and so we will do a shot on it.
Yeah. Gods.
But yeah, Rebirth was amazing.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Not going to talk about it because we're
not going to do like a full review in it, but just like before sort of thing. Just it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
We could do a shot on that.
Just everyone about Rebirth in some form.
Yeah,
it's the anniversary edition of when we talked about Rebirth. We're going to talk about that.
But it was real spicy,
real good, real tang. It's amazing how big it was. Like, just even the story. Like, Because, like, obviously just scaling it up from 7.
Yeah, because people...
It was always going to be bloated, because how do you fill a world like that? You got to fill it with something, so...
Like, oh, there's too much to do in each region, it's too much, blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, but even without doing all the stuff in each region, it's a lot.
It's a big old game. It's still like 60+ hours, whatever.
I know, like, people can play games in whatever way they want, that's what makes it an RPG, but the fact that as soon as I walked out of calm, I was like, oh.
You were not feeling calm.
No.
Quite frenzied.
I was blown away.
Yeah, just the view, and you're like, oh.
And then there's like the aqueduct there, the ruined aqueduct that wasn't in the original and stuff. You see all
like
the ruins and like
world building stuff.
Oh. It's like the same in every region, and you go to a new region, there's like some ruins there, and like the Gongaga jungle's completely new, and
yeah.
And there's the ruins there.
I feel like they really did a good job of like expanding on the stuff that was sort of
because like summons was just something that was really heavily something that I wanted to know about. Because like you get like in Remake they were like, oh well, Shiva was like a goddess and she was worshipped and blah 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 blah, and she was a person or something at one point. And she was celebrated at such place. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's something like that. And then it's like Ramu's the same, and then Leviathan is obviously the deity of Wutai.
Yeah.
But then in this we got like intel on like Titan and Alexander and stuff, and it was like, oh, this is
nice. Because they didn't really have to. If you think about it,
they didn't.
It could just be like, oh, this is the highest form of magic you can summon, and it's just like,
yeah, this is the highest form of magic. Like it's condensed so much materia, life force energy from the live stream.
Yeah.
That it's become a being sealed within a materia.
Yeah, but they really went in on that.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Weaving into like the ancients and stuff.
Yeah, Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Gilgamesh.
Fucking lost it with the what was it? The Gongaga Desert.
Yeah,
Gongaga Desert.
Yeah,
sorry, the Coral Desert.
Yeah, it just keeps appearing as a giant fucking
sand thing, and then you've got like Cloud Red and Yuffie just keep doing the cactuar pose. This is like really stupid. Intense. That's why I'm glad they did that sort of stuff though, because it needed that element of humor and sort of nonsense. Yeah, the goofiness, because it was, even though Final Fantasy 7, it's not dark, but it like had a very sort of serious story.
Yeah, it is. Dark.
It was like, well, meteors come in, chocobos.
It is dark in the setting.
Better get them shagging. Yeah.
Get these chocobos breeding, baby.
It's kind of like the Majora stuff. It's just like, even though like the moon's getting closer and closer, and like you're just going around doing all these side quests sort of thing.
Yeah, just all side quests, but all like really random shit, like the UFOs and stuff, getting the cows or whatever. And you're just like, what the fuck's going on?
Well, speaking of UFOs and stuff, Daniel, tell us more about Sable.
There's no UFOs in Sable. There was, though.
Well, you said, actually, there was a UFO. I saw it.
That's my glasses. Oh, where are my glasses? Did I put them away?
It crashed, and it was in the desert, and there was pooing beetles.
Actually, you have to collect the beetle poo by jumping on its back to make it poo. That was a side quest in Sable. It's summarised.
Yeah, it was. Every time I see Daniel playing a very obscure, artistically looking game, it always involves some sort of animal doing something.
Well, it's happened twice, Andrew. Come on. But it's weird that that's happened twice. Yeah, it happened in Akuni. Was it like New Year's or something? When was it?
Okami. Not Akuni, God.
Sorry, Akuni on the brain. I've just been adding fucking hours of Samurai Wars footage. You'll have to excuse me.
Okami, where I fell asleep and I woke up and Daniel's like, sorry, Andrew, I'm just feeding a pig.
Just gently down your ear. I'm just going to feed a pig. You're just like, oh,
then I fell asleep for like another 20 minutes or something. I woke up like, what?
Just the longest delayed reaction to what I said. 20 minutes. What? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, by the time this comes out, you've seen I've Buy My Pixel's best bits out finally. It took me fucking forever to
yes.
edit. Well, it took us forever just to get the footage together. Oh.
Yeah, because we just kept, yeah.
It's such a... I don't even have to do it. I do enjoy doing it, but it's just the fact that we just haven't had time to, apart from record, do stuff for the channel this year.
Yeah.
So far, done a really late start.
That's all right, Daniel.
So I've just been slowly chipping away at that, and then I just spent Easter weekend basically getting it all edited.
Yes.
But yeah, Sable's good. It's a very chill game because there's no combat. It's all like exploring, platforming, and just gliding around on your glidey.
And then it has the
what?
The eggs.
Oh shit! What are they called?
I was going to call it something really bad.
Chum.
I don't think...
Chum eggs.
Yeah, that's
no,
not what
Andrew,
I was going to say.
No, Andrew took the H out, I think.
No. Well, yeah, actually, but there's a different word for it, yeah.
Jizz eggs.
Close, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Spooge eggs.
Oh, okay. Just no need for that. Gone too far now. That thing I just said was fine, but spooge is just crush the line. Oh yeah, you basically see these little floating worms. I'm doing a gesture, you can't see it. These little floating worms with like axolotl faces. Just randomly around the map, and you click on them, and then you sort of dig into the thing and lay an egg, and you collect the egg, and you've got a chum egg. And then like
you give it to the chum queen.
Yeah, you find a chum queen, and then she's sort of like gives you upgrades. It's very Zelda-like, with like you give her certain things, and she upgrades your stamina and things like that. You can climb for long and stuff.
Yes.
I think the stamina only affects your climbing ability.
Yeah,
because you can like hover in the air, like you lied in a little bubble.
And you get masks.
Yeah, mask. It's like a cultural thing. It's like the pilgrimage you're on. There's like a rite of coming of age thing. You get to like glide around the world, just sort of finding your own vocation and stuff. And I think at the end you get to choose what. Forever.
Interesting.
Like you return back to your home village, and that's when you choose. But I'm not ready.
I want this one, please.
I'll have the chum mask, please. There probably is one, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm sure there is once you collect all the chum eggs.
God, I don't know where I'll have to look up a map for that, because there's just vast swaths of desert, yeah. But like the landscape's more barren, so it's like, where the hell do we even start? At least the Koroks, there was always a clue. With like stones and stuff. You'd be like, oh, this stone's in a circle. I'll put one to complete it. I'll look at Korok. Or I jump through this goblin's arse. One on the face. I remember it well. But yeah, Sable's very good. It's very nice, chill, just no stakes. Nice game to play
especially
after
Rebirth, which was full on.
And I've got like Spider-Man and Horizon 2 to play next, so I needed something small. I've also got Tunic to play, but I've heard that's quite hard, so I'm like, I went for Sable over that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing, and I haven't played it in a while because I had no time. Me and Andy played Samurai Warriors more. That's the last game I played. Because we've been grinding on that.
Oh, yes.
After we found out something many years later, how to max out character stats, and we're like, oh, that's good to know.
I haven't done any more.
Don't worry, you've done enough, Andrew.
Thank you.
Andrew did the Abyss mini.
I did.
Thing.
I did, which is a 30-level dungeon, and with Lubu right at the end of it, and he was easier than everything else in the bloody dungeon.
Yeah, I need to get the save off you, and I'll try the tower.
Yeah.
We're basically getting all the items off screen, because...
Yeah, because they couldn't be asked.
Yeah, and we're not...
Because some of them are like, they're not
guide channel,
easy.
So.
Yeah, we're not a guide channel, and like also... They're not as easy as like Dynasty Warriors items. They're not like go into level, do condition, item unlocks, Some of them are, but some of them aren't. Like some of them are like,
Well,
do the tower.
Yeah, locked to like specific modes that aren't just like free mode or story mode. It's like
Yeah,
okay.
do the tower. Get 160 points on a jump on your character to fight Hanzo in the create a character mode.
Yeah, it's just like okay.
It's like, okay, right.
I could do this, but it's a lot of work. I can't be asked.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't.
Well, speaking of samurais, Daniel.
Go on, Andre. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, Andrew, how
which is set at the same period as Samurai Warriors.
With our friend Nob and our friend Ramaro together.
Yeah. They're both dead. I don't know if Ramaro died. I'm assuming he did, but like...
he better have.
He ran off.
Just doing that scream.
And then... Well, it just cut you out, so I'm assuming that was a really good scream.
It wasn't even that loud either.
It was like...
We could do it again. Discord, stop being so friggin' up your own ass.
Yeah, because we know a lot about the era. I sort of guessed where it was going. I didn't like fully know where it would be going because obviously Yasuke was a retainer under Nobunaga.
Yeah.
And he became a samurai under him, or essentially what a samurai was in that era.
Mm-hmm. And
he was there at the Honoji incident. And for those who don't know, who haven't been watching our Samurai Warriors Let's Play, that is where Mitsuhide Akechi, one of his officers, betrays him and kills him a fire attack at the temple at Honoji in Kyoto.
Yeah, he's marching to another battle, but then like halfway there, he like turns back and just goes,
like,
Nobunaga, didn't see this coming.
Because he's just like, I can't let this man rule the land.
Yeah, because he slaughtered a lot of monks.
Yeah, he's like, I can't have it.
He's a very cruel man.
So in this, at the start of the game, it is the Iga incident, where he goes to Iga and he kills all the peasants and all that.
Yeah, like the
Naue, who is the
ninja.
Yeah. Her father's like, I need you to take this box, and as she's trying to get this box, a samurai knocks her out, or this guy in a mask knocks her out, and he takes it, and then you go and kill this guy, and her father comes and tries to help you, and he ends up dying because these like 12 people with masks on appear. And then she gets stabbed and knocked out, and those are basically your targets.
Yeah.
And Mitsuhide sends you a letter because he somehow intercepts a letter between communications, and he intercepts it, and they're like, Are you gonna go and see him? Because I don't want to, but I might have to because he might come to the village and start trying to start shit.
Yeah.
So you go and see him, and he's like, Nobunaga killed your father. He's the one in the mask. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he is.
You saw him. He kicked your dog as well.
And he's just like, Nobunaga loves tea ceremonies. He's obsessed with them. He loves a tea ceremony, but not as much as killing my mother or something else.
Not as much as killing my mother ceremony. He loves that.
Yeah. One. So then you go there because she's like, I want revenge against Nobunaga, and it turns out no, it was Mitsuhide. Mitsuhide wasn't the one in the mask.
Yeah,
but he is one of the people in the mask. There's like one that's very specific that she thought was the head one, and it's not. And then because of that, after the Honoji incident, Yasuke like disappears from history.
Yeah,
we just don't know what happened to him after that. He didn't die, but it just don't know what happened to him. So it's like they're working together now. So it's just like, okay, well that it makes sense. He disappeared after that, so he could easily become an assassin or whatever. He's not do
anything with his character.
So it's just like, okay, he's like plays very differently to Naue.
Yeah, have you played much of him now?
I've played a bit of him, yeah, because I'm just running around doing all sorts of stuff on the map and stuff, and like obviously, I'm more of a stealthy person, so I will always pick Naue over Yasuke sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like, he's got cool weapons. He's got a Naginata. He's got like a grand katana, so it's obviously the longer one.
Yeah.
And he's got, I forgot what it's called, but the big club,
Yeah.
like the samurai club.
The samurai club. Welcome to the samurai club.
Muskets and bows.
Oh, nice.
And something else. I like the Naginata. It's very, very swingy.
Swingity.
Was what they use at the Samurai Club.
Yeah, big fans of it. Down at the club.
And then
Club
Naue has like ninja blades and stuff and shorter katanas, and then she has a Kusarigama.
It's a little sick.
And then she gets all the tools, like throwing kunai and shurikens and smoke bombs and stuff.
And she put down the.
And it's really like this. The stealth in it's really well done. Like you can. Which should have been in a long time ago. Like, you can crouch in other ones, but like this, you can actually like prime to the floor and crawl. And then they've got like the Nightingale floors.
Yeah.
So you have to like move really slow.
They'd have the
across
Nightingale.
them.
Andrew. The plover it.
Not yet, but
I'm waiting for you to find that.
Oh, I hope I do find it.
In Hideyoshi's castle.
Because the next thing is that now Nobunaga's dead. Yasuke's like, I'm going to go to Azuchi Castle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to talk to Lady Nene. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
And Naue's going to go off and go. I think she needs to, I can't remember where she needs to go now, but I think I'm slowly moving back up towards Iga.
Yeah.
But I've just been exploring because it's just like, it's such a beautiful game. Like, they've captured it like perfectly. And the weather system's like flawless. And the seasons and everything.
One, which is cool.
Yeah. Seasons, and then like the weather just like out of nowhere it will just start raining and thundering and lightning and snowing and everything. It's like, oh,
at the same time just like, oh Jesus Christ.
It may as well. It always did in Samurai's 2 Empires.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's been a tsunami, oh, there's been an earthquake, oh, famine,
oh, tornado.
It's like, no.
Jesus Christ. My crops.
But other than that, obviously I was playing Final Fantasy 8. Recording that, and then I'm waiting on Expedition 33.
Claire's.
I haven't really been playing anything else.
That's plenty, Andrew. There's some goofy games.
Yeah.
Goofy.
Shall we move on to our first feature, Daniel?
Which one is it, Andrew?
I'm excited. It's NORGS Dating Hot.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, then.
Roll jingle.
It's NORGS Dating Hotline.
What a great jingle.
Oh, it's flawless every single time.
Edmund McGuff.
Now, today, Daniel, I am Cilla Black.
Oh my god, don't say that. Much hated it after her death, Cilla Black.
I am Cilla Norg.
Oh my god. I'm not editing
So
that.
I have brought in 3 babes for you.
Oh.
To guess.
Oh.
Not to pick between, just to guess.
Just to guess. I can't remember what the rules are to this game, and I came up with it.
I don't know, because you were like, when I listened back to it, you were like, oh, it was if you get it off the first one, you get 10 points.
Yeah, it was more
If you
points.
get it for the second,
5 and then
5 points and
2 or
1.
1.
2, and then, yeah. To which I got 1 last time.
You did, Andrew. You did really well.
I did. I was proud of myself. But, to be fair, I was depressed. Like I am now, but it's not me doing it, so it's fine.
It'll somehow.
Somehow I'll still get minus 50
Yeah,
points.
you'll somehow get like minus 10 points. Like, I'm not even playing.
Bachelor number 1, Daniel.
Bachelor. Come on.
It's like cut you out like chiller.
Why does it keep cutting me out and not you?
I don't know.
I do quieter noises and you're like, that didn't hear where did that? Come on.
Are you ready
As
for
I'll ever
clue
be.
number 1? With my flower power, you think I was from the 60s, but the only thing hippie about me is how high they are.
Oh, oh, crap. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking of a gym leader from like Getting Free. Is it Phoebe? Was she like the ghost type who had like she was like a surfer girl with like flowers in her hair?
That's possible. Clue number 2.
So it wasn't her.
No.
Okay. He was like, oh, it's possible. I was like, was it or not? Do I get my 10 points?
My favourite meal is a tin of alphabetic spaghetti, but I don't like all the vowels and consonants.
I've no fucking idea. I don't like all the vowels are consonants. Carol Vorderman.
Yes, it's renowned video game character Carol Vorderman.
All the vowels are consonants. So, let me go through again. They're like flower power.
Mhm.
They're not hippie, but their hips are high. And they don't like all the vowels or consonants.
Yeah.
That's tough. You're gonna tell me I'm gonna be like, son of a bitch.
You'll get it from the last one. I think you will.
That's
anyway.
that's the joy of this game. You always get it by the last one. No,
Are you ready for clue number 3? It took me 3,000 years to find my calling in life, to become a hotelier in a rundown establishment in Paris.
Oh my god, I don't know. In Paris.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm not gonna get any points. A rundown. Is it Pokemon Legends ZA related?
Yeah,
Is it
possibly.
Is it Thingy? The fucking yeah, it's I was thinking of a woman. It's what's his name?
He doesn't like all the vowels and consonants, Daniel.
I just keep thinking of N. It's not N. What's he called? Oh, for fuck's sake! I know it is, but I can't say it, so I probably don't even get that point.
AZ.
Yes, is it AZ?
Because he has his big flower.
Yeah,
That's his whole fucking thing. He's got his big flower. But he's really tall, so he's hippie. The only thing hippie about him is...
He's really tall, so he's hippie. I was picturing someone who's designed... Oh, go on.
Yeah, the only thing about me is how high they are, because he's got hips that are high, because he's tall. It's 3,000 years, and now all he does is run a hotel.
I got it on the last one there, but then I couldn't think of his name. I don't deserve any points there, because I couldn't say.
And then the alphabetic spaghetti. I was proud of that. Because. Are you ready for sexy bastard number 2?
Yeah, busted. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Who am I to judge? I'll take the lot.
Okay. Is it PS1 Harry Potter? I'll take the lot.
No. Is that your guess?
Yes, I don't know at this point.
Clue number 2. The sky's the limit when I'm with my carrot-loving pal.
Oh, wait a minute. Why is it Balfield?
Yeah.
Hey, I got 5 points. Nice. What was going to be the third one?
No matter where I go, I'll always be the leading man. I was trying to get it because I put...
Balfield.
I was like, who am I to judge? Because he was a judge.
Oh yeah, he was a judge, wasn't he? Forgot about that.
Yeah. And then I was like, I can't put, like... I don't know what to put for this one, so I was like, carrot-loving pal, because it's a frat.
I'm amazed I got
that. Yeah.
But I do love France, so I was bound to.
Yeah, it was just like... Oh. Oh.
Nice. 5 points.
And Sexy Bachelor, number 3.
Number 3.
No matter where I go, I will always find myself in a spot of bother, helping out my best bud.
Okay, that's really vague. My best bud. wording of best board seems like it's relevant. Oh, don't know.
This is a hard one.
Yeah, that's too vague. I can't even think of anyone for that first bit.
I have a variety of skills to teach you. Some of them will have you bored out your mind.
Is it Larry from Scarlet Violet?
No, it's not a Pokemon. I only did one.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry. Already forgot about it.
He is pretty forgettable.
He's the biggest man ever.
Forgettable man.
Forgettable. Oh yeah, that guy with name I can't recall. That was my guess.
Oh. Whether it's orbs or eggs, I'm always on the prowl.
Or eggs. Yeah. Oh, what was the clues again? It was me and my
no matter
best
where I
pal.
go, I'm always finding myself in a spot of bother, helping out my best bud. I have a variety of skills to teach you. Some of them will have you bored out your mind.
That eggs or orbs.
Uh-huh.
It's Spyro 2. I think who it is.
Hey, mate!
Hunter.
You've got this, Daniel! Yeah.
Oh, was it? In my head, I kept, because I was thinking, I don't know why, I was thinking of the friggin' egg thieves, and I was like, but they're not a thing really in 2 for the orbs.
Always finding myself in a spot of bother. Because he's
Should have really emphasised that spot! Like
and
a
then
cheater!
I always find myself. Sorry, no. I have a variety of skills to teach you. Some of them will have you bored out of your mind. Skateboarding.
And he's just
And he's always
boring.
always on the prowl because he's a hunter.
Yeah. And Predator.
Well, he's not a hunter. He is hunter.
He
Yeah,
is.
he's-
V Hunter V.
I was gonna put it. I was like, my birthday is this, but
Yeah, I'll probably be like, who is it? Is it
well done,
Croc?
Daniel. You got 6 points,
Oh, yes. I score for
and you'll
me.
be taking over home with you half of Balthier and
Excellent.
Hunter's toe.
The only part of Hunter I'll tolerate.
You get to take home Hunter's skater short.
Only one once. Thank you, Andrew. That
Well
was
done, Daniel.
Fantastic.
You're welcome.
That's pressure, isn't it?
It is pressure. That's why I struggled with it.
Mine goes blank. There was really good clues though, but like, I think it's because it's like it could be any game character.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's why I was like, with Lara, because it was like, oh, I make animals extinct. I was just like,
Yeah. No, I said like, help produce an.
I help, yeah, the endangered
endangered
species.
animals. And you thought it meant
So my
reduce
yeah,
the danger to endangered.
I help them.
Well, oh no, not at all. Yes, very good, Andrew. Thank you. Roll a jingle.
It's NORGS Dating Hotline.
So,
So what have we got?
hello.
Wow.
Are we going to launch into our big discussion thing now? And then halfway through we'll do the next thing, or should we do... Oh no, we can do the last thing at the end, can't we? The last.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all in random order.
Oh.
Oh, bloody unusual. Yes, it's
So
today.
today's.
Oh. We clashed. As you've seen by the thumbnail, we are talking about the potential of a Final Fantasy IX remake that's been rumoured
Yes.
for a year or two.
Numerous years.
I can't remember how long the Nvidia leak was
This is-
ago.
I think it was like 4 years ago or something.
Oh yeah, a fair while ago then. Go away.
But the reason why we're bringing this up now is because it is the anniversary, big boy anniversary of Final Fantasy IX
25 years.
this year.
Yeah, this year.
Yes.
They've done
And
it.
on that day, they have released a store.
Yeah, the official website.
An official website.
Just for the anniversary with new artwork.
Yeah. And there's a book about Vivi on his adventure to Trino and Alexandria.
Yeah.
Which is very nice.
I'll say what they said on their on the website. We are preparing various projects, including merchandise and collaborations to commemorate the 25th anniversary, so please look forward to it. So obviously everyone's got excited. Because usually...
Yeah, because everyone, because what happened was, it got revealed.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh, the Switch 2 is being revealed on Thursday. And they were like, well, it's going to be shown there. I was like, why would it be shown there?
I mean, you do have a pretty good relationship with Switch these days.
They do, but it's...
And it is a game that would fit well on the Switch. So I wasn't saying like I was expecting it, but also...
No, I wasn't expecting it.
It would have been a big thing. Yeah, because they've got a lot of it. All their games recently have been exclusive to PlayStation, so it would be quite out there to suddenly just be like, oh, this one's on.
Well, so because with Final Fantasy VII, they did its own thing.
Yeah.
For its 25th anniversary, which was the Rebirth reveal, and it deserves its own. It's either going to get a state of play or it's going to get its own trailer if it is a real thing. But I just everyone was just like, "Oh, look, Agnes, that's Garnet," and I was like, "Wait, shut up, sit down."
Thing is, everyone. I mean, it's fine, everyone getting excited and stuff, but people then put so much stake in their thing being true. So when they set themselves up like massive disappointment, because oh, this is gonna happen. It's like, just calm down.
Just go in.
Just go in.
Not expecting it.
Just temper your expectations. People know
if it's there, it's there. It's just like, oh wow, that's really cool. It's not, these are all being revealed.
It's always to look forward to it, but don't expect things. Don't take it as read when there's nothing really to go off of other than this, which is quite thin evidence.
Yeah.
The most evidence we've had
just happened
previously, leading obviously with this is promising, all this news and stuff. But the Nvidia leak, is it every game at this point, bar Final Fantasy IX, it's been confirmed and released?
I think so. There's one of the tactics is on there or something.
Oh yeah, possible tactics / remake or whatever to do with tactics. Apart from that, I think everything else had been.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, well that's cool.
But that's
And then this is the closest thing. But what I really love about it is that they've redone all the character art and they all look amazing.
Yeah, they look really nice.
And then even the play arts that they've done look different.
Slightly different, don't they? Sort of related. And it's like, ooh. Okay.
So everyone's like, ooh.
It's very unusual to release merch like that where the character designs have changed, especially figures. They're usually just from the game. So the fact that they've done that makes everyone raise an eyebrow.
I think it's interesting because obviously Zidane has appeared in Dissidia. So he has had an updated design.
Yeah, and they're more
to a point. Yeah. But even then it's different to his Dissidia design.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, this is spicy.
Also, as well, with Final Fantasy 14, recently there've been a lot of Final Fantasy 9 themed
Yes, they have.
Included.
The whole, what do you call it? I've forgotten what it's called now. It's not Dawn Trail, it's the other one. The new one.
No, Dawn Trail was the last one.
Oh, was it? Well, the Dawn Trail then.
Yeah, because I was going to say, hang on. They put Final Fantasy IX's Arc Summon as a mount. And the wind up Princess Garnet minion.
Yeah.
And you can get wind up
and there's a Dard one.
Yoshi P teased, because he was asked about it, and he said, of course, I do know there are requests for Final Fantasy IX to be made, but when you think about Final Fantasy IX, it's a game with huge volume. When you think about all of that volume, I wonder if it's possible to remake that as a single title. It's a difficult one. It is a tough question. Hinting that obviously they might do multiple things again. But we'll get into that in a minute.
They also had enemy designs from 9 in 14.
Mm-hmm. They've been
one of the big
teasing quite a few 9, because I remember Ozma was in an older one, older expansion.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We
go
love
on.
Ozma.
Yeah, Ozma.
They had one of the early bosses that I remember, because I remember someone talking about it. And it was like, oh, look at it. This is why Abaddon is this, because it's essentially a swarm of locusts from its mythology of demonology. And I was like, that's the design from 9.
yeah, I remember that one.
And because they didn't play it from, they was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, that's the design from 9, because it's very 9 themed.
It also said at PAX East, when he was asked about it, Yosh PTs, you may have noticed a lot of Final Fantasy 9 reference here, but the reason is a secret, and then does that and zips his mouth shut.
Yeah.
So he's either winding us up or, he knows something. He said the Nvidia leaks 2021, so yeah, 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was 4 years ago, yeah. I thought it was. I knew it was before Rebirth. At least.
Yeah, still Tacticism 9 remake have yet to...
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also, at the time, the rumours going around of Final Fantasy 9 animated series.
Yeah.
It never materialised, but apparently was confirmed.
Yeah,
but
that was confirmed recently.
I think it was stuck in like weird development issues, so I don't know if that's ever even happening. But it was definitely being worked on at some point. So that's the information we have.
Yes. Now,
in terms of 9,
we wanted to talk about what we would like to see.
Yes, how would you like to see 9? Would you want it to be a multi-part game for starters? Because I was going to...
No.
I was going to... I was going to...
What were you going to do, Daniel?
What?
You could expand on it.
I was just going to say no, because I don't want them to make it super realistic. That was my main point. Because we saw recently that fan project, the Memoria. Was it the Memoria project?
Yeah, the Memoria project.
Which did a really nice sort of updated take on it. It wasn't like perfect or anything, but like for a fan project, it was really, really nice.
Phenomenal.
And I feel like that still captured the stylistic, the style of 9 without changing it or updating it too much. It was just modern graphics, but with the same style, which I think is how they should tackle it.
They need to capture the essence of 9, which was very stylized and very unique. Big hands,
most unique one
small,
out of the series, really.
Yeah. I feel like it was trying to capture how the sprites were back in the original, but in 3D model form. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Kinda, yeah.
It's like the way that they looked, and like they had the arms and everything. Even like the way that when you upgrade your classes, they're very sort of like disproportionate.
Yeah.
I would love them to just keep that style, because one thing, like, we're both big Kingdom Hearts fans, but I feel like it very much lost its not like completely lost its look. But in 3, I don't like the look of 3. Like, when I go back to 3, it looks really weird to me.
Yeah. It's almost, it's like too polished. It's like weird.
Yeah.
But they're like, you look too human-y. I think it's because Sora grew up too much. The rest of his body sort of grew, like, his feet were no longer huge, and he wasn't like this little dude. It was like he was just tall now, and everything looked normal, and it was just like made it look weird.
It like, but even like the Aqua didn't look right. Like, it was just something about like the shading and the textures that they did and the lighting. Yeah. It was too. It wasn't.
It lost some of its
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Which is hard to do when you remake it, when you're making a new game onto like modern hardware, and like you want to keep the appeal of the originals. But like that era of like obviously like Kingdom Hearts 1, all the others up to that point, even like Dream Drop Distance kept it, and Birth by Sleep,
because it sort of had like, it basically looked like a cartoon. It was obviously 3D graphics. Yeah, it still looked cartoonish.
It just needed more of a filter over it. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. It needed more
something like that.
It just didn't look as it looked,
because the lighting's so good now. It doesn't work with Kingdom Hearts.
No,
good
like lighting. It looks really good. Like Kingdom Hearts 3 does look really good, and it's like, wow, look, the Kingdom of Corona, that looks beautiful and everything, but it just didn't. It didn't feel like when I went on in Kingdom Hearts 2 and I was like, I'm in Pride Rock. or I'm at Beast Castle and stuff, or I'm in the Land of Dragons.
There's other things as well. Most of the worlds in 3 were like 3D, super realistic, good graphic movie.
Yeah, I think that's the issue as well, is because like you had like Monsters Inc. and stuff and Toy Story, and but even then they didn't feel stylized enough. They were, but they weren't.
I mean, I feel like I feel like Toy Story was, but in a sense it was basically Toy Story. You were playing.
Yeah, I think that's.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there was some stylized missing.
And I just don't want them to miss that mark with Final Fantasy 9. I don't think they would, because of how stylized it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty much its main selling point.
Yeah.
What would you like to see from it?
Oh. Well, obviously I just did a massive fucking deep dive into 9 and all of its lore.
Sure
and how it ties into Buddhism and everything.
Oh, you want more Buddhism, do you?
But the major things I want to see, more of Freya. Because after Bermesia and her stuff in disc, like the minimal bit she has in disc 2, she just sort of joins back up, and then that's it. There's no like expansion on her story.
Oh, I just thought something. But go on.
Queena.
Yeah.
I want more of Queena, because like obviously Queena's like the whole thing about them is that they are a joke character, but at the same time they're very important to the story, and like you see as the game evolves and stuff, like Zidane sort of very dismissive of Queena, which is just like adds to it, and then they get that big moment in the Earth Shrine where they're together and they have to team up.
Yeah.
And it's just like a really cool moment, and that leads like Zidane to sort of appreciate Queena more. Especially like when they get to Terra and you see Queena, like Queena's one of the ones that helps Zidane finally come around to after his mental breakdown. But I want to see more of the Q clan, because the way they make it sound is like each marsh has its own tribe.
Yeah.
And we only see them in that tribe, which is the Queena tribe, which I found out, which is really weird.
Yeah.
So there's like, because they're all called like Queena Quan, Queena Quail, and Queena Quen.
Yeah, which you don't really know at the time because you just see them as Quail and
yeah,
and it's like, okay, that's their name.
Yeah, so they're the Queena tribe. So I'd like to go to one like by the Lost Continent or whatever it's called, the Forgotten Continent, and it's like, oh look, Forgotten Continent. Here's the Quincy tribe. It's like, I couldn't think of a name. And they look like slightly different and stuff, which would be really cool. And then obviously, of course, I want to see more of Amarant.
Yeah, he's
and
a
anything with Amarant
could really deal with some expansion, or like even just tweaking his backstory a bit to make it the bit where his court make more have an impact, sort of thing, like Zidane, because it's just like such an afterthought.
It's like, come back here, and he just walks
and he's like, I go now.
And it's like it's a shame because he is a great character. Like he does a lot of damage. He's got a cool design. He's got
gameplay wise, he's a great character. But I feel like I don't know.
He has his moment. It just wasn't impactful enough.
It needed more build up.
Yeah, I'd like to see obviously more summons and stuff, and like going more in depth with the summoners tribe and how they did it, and then how they came to the realization.
I feel like you just need to explain it more, because a lot of the research and stuff you did for your video, a lot of it I was like, what? Where's that? And you're like, oh, just in this tiny bit on this wall, it tells you. And you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but you have to like proper keep going back and
it's just like, oh, 500 years ago, we left Alexandria because a man decided to summon Alexander.
Yeah.
And then we left because he was a dumbass. He summoned Alexander. And because it's whoever summons it, it takes on the feelings of that person. Alexander came in and was like, right, I'm really arrogant right now. I'm so arrogant, I'm going to blow you all up. But I want to know, like, were the summoners the royal family?
Yeah.
Or were they just part of, because it's like they're you go up there and Alexander's like, hey, come up here, come here. Got it, come here. And it's just like this massive pedestal comes out.
Get on my pedestal.
And then I want obviously a bit more on Terra, like a bit more. I want to know what a Terran looks like.
Yeah, some sort of like
image or
flashback
statue or something.
like, statue, some sort of historical thing where you're like, oh, I've learned more about the history of this world.
Yeah, because it's really interesting. It's like the moons as well. There's like a lot of influence on the moons, and I want that to be sort of like a.
It's hard, isn't it, the balance? Because obviously a lot of the old games. I mean, 7 was the same, but they've sort of done pretty good with the remakes.
Yeah,
where it's like keeping things vague enough where it fuels your imagination to fill in the gaps, but also not leaving you sort of stumped. Because a lot of the 9 stuff. I feel like when people got to Memoria and it's explaining all the stuff, people are like, what the fuck's it on about? Because it's just like a massive lore dump without any stuff leading up to it that's dead obvious, and you're like, okay, it's a bit random.
Because it's like, we had the worlds collided, and it's Terra's just got inside Gaia.
That was the most
there.
confusing bit. It was like the Genova thing when we found out like who was Genova and who was Sephiroth, and it's like, oh yeah.
It's in there, but then Gaia was completely destroyed in that moment, but they don't really tell you that. But then
you
there's
wouldn't
like
assume that.
But then there's like a bit of Memoria where it's like there's a whole ruined place and it's all on fire and everything, and that's supposed to be Gaia, like that. And then the bell, you go through and then it's all rebuilt and the bells go in.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's just imminent death, basically.
Yeah, but you like
because then you go through.
Yeah,
because you're going further in time. That's the whole thing. It's like you're going further and further back
like,
in time. Yeah.
But obviously the context isn't really there that much. It's just like
no. So I'd like to see more of that. And then it's like, oh, Gaia at one point was just an ocean, and then you see that, and then it's like, oh, Gaia was a big ball of fire when it was born. But at that point, Terra was already like at the peak of its civilization.
Yeah.
I'd like to go on.
Like, finish your point, and I'll.
No, it's fine.
Because before, what did you say before about like playing as other characters? I thought, do you know the what's it called, the way you get the thing and you can see what other characters are doing, like off screen, like a little ATE moment. You could have them, but you could have some of them playable. So you could like
that'd be cool.
Unlock certain ones, and then it's like, oh, what's Freya's up to and stuff, and you could play a little small segment where she's like, not even long, but like exploring somewhere that you might go to later, but she's there doing her own thing, and then it sort of fills in the gap of what she's doing, or Quina, or
Yeah,
and I thought that
because you see like a few things with Quina, because Quina gets left behind in Midensari.
Yeah, because they obviously already planned that in the game, where it's like, oh, we want to see what other characters are doing. Like, even,
but it'd be cool to play as
things like that. But if you get to explore yourself and interact and
that'd
stuff,
be really cool.
With areas that you don't go to yet and stuff, it'd be like, oh, okay, it's like a little teaser as well. That'd be a good idea.
I think that'd be really cool.
Obviously, you'd have, because it was quite a few in 9, and not all of them could be playable, but
no, that's the thing.
Some of them were
unlockable,
some of them really random.
Yeah, it's like you had to do really specific things at specific times. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Unmissable. What else was I going to say? I feel like, what would you say about the gameplay? Would you want to keep it traditional gameplay? I think that's tricky with what they would want to do with it, sort of thing, after how successful 7's gameplay. I feel
like if they did do it, they would probably go down the route of more action based, but I don't know if they'd go for like a full
like free roamy action RPG.
Yeah. It might be, like kind of 10-2-ish, where they could move around the field and stuff. I don't know. It'd be cool because obviously, like, in the city, you play Zidane and he's like very fast and you can do all this cool stuff with him. But it'd be hard. I don't think it would lose its charm if it was in that. I think it would make each one unique.
Yeah.
Like, played as each character, because every character was pretty much unique apart from Garnet and Aiko, and even then they were pretty unique. Like, one was more a summoner and one was more of a white mage. But it'd be interesting to see like how Quina plays like in that sort of environment. Yeah. But I feel like if they were going to do it, they're probably going to keep it turn-based.
I feel like it leans more... I don't know. It's hard because, like, how do you modernize turn-based in a way that's still respects the original, but also is something new? It's hard to balance it.
I mean, going back
So
to Kingdom Hearts, they could make it very Kingdom Hearts.
You could
like,
do, yeah. They could make it
battle
more
style,
actiony with that. But I was thinking because a lot of I think the main complaint people have found about 9 is that like the combat can be like really slow.
Yeah,
like, it can drag. Like obviously, if you're trying to get through, it can. If you're just trying to get through the story, it can get a bit of a drag.
Yeah, because the it takes a really long time for a battle to start.
Yeah, just that alone.
I feel like with the way that 9 is told, it's just like everything about it is just very sort of story book.
Mm-hmm.
So like even the battles, like even the battles are very sort of like they're slow and they're paced to wait to sort of like, oh, Vivi used fire and burned the enemy to a crisp sort of thing. To get you to sort of like really in depth with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It'd be interesting just to see like how everyone plays and stuff, because that's the one thing that I do love about Remake and Rebirth is just like how differently everyone plays.
I feel like the thing I'm finding hard to imagine with the sort of live action combat is just because 9, the combat is so fast, and I don't think it couldn't be like that because it would not feel like 9 at all.
No,
even Zidane, who's a quick like thief, I feel like he still couldn't be like Cloud zipping around that much because I feel like every other character is quite deliberate with how they move and stuff. And you'd feel like, is this just like copy and pasting 7 when it's not?
Yeah, because I feel like
at all, really.
Aiko would be very much like Kate.
Yeah, kind of.
Because like she'd just stand at the back playing the flute,
flipping around.
Yeah, because not everyone else is like very flippy and sort of like I can't imagine Steiner suddenly launching at an enemy.
No, he's just gonna move how he waddles in his big armor. Yeah,
I can't imagine Amaran doing it either. Like later on when you get Amaran, I can't imagine him being like. Not even every character in Remake is like that, but like a lot of the physical characters in 9, apart from Freya, are very on the front line.
Yeah.
Like Zidane's very up close, Steiner is, Amaran is, whereas Garnet, Aiko, and Vivi are obviously like further back, which is fine. It's like playing as Aerith, but then like at certain points you have like all 3 of them and it makes it very intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I can imagine Freya being like, you could like in an action situation where you can just go in, you can jump and stuff, which is why I'm very excited to see how Sid's going to play in part 3.
Yeah, they added the jump material, didn't you, in Rebirth? I didn't think he used it. Yeah, I remember
it's pretty cool. But then I can't imagine like Queena going in and doing the same things against flying it. But then it might be a case of like, oh, I can do this, but I can just then like press R1 and I can switch in Freya.
Yeah.
Or I can switch in kind of like 10. Like I can switch in Steiner and stuff, and I can't get past this enemy because I need to break its armor, so I have to bring Steiner in to do that and stuff. So it could be like that.
That'd be cool. Because I feel there's less. Well, I mean, there's not that many characters in 7, but like, I feel like the roster's quite tight in 9, sort of thing. And everyone sort of has their, especially early on, and then the later characters are sort of like extra because like Aiko's already, you got Garnet.
Yeah.
Now Amaranth's just like, he's just sort of there with some cool stuff, but he's not, he's not like vital.
Because it's interesting, because apparently early on, I think Aiko was supposed to replace Garnet.
Yeah.
Like once you hit.
Because she's like the more powerful version apart from the summons, which is crap, but.
Yeah.
Well,
she's got better white magic and stuff, yeah. And it felt like Garnet was gonna stay in Alexandria and you were gonna keep Aiko. And then there might have been like another character, I don't know, but because like at that point, like she was like, I've got to stay, I've got to be queen, sort of thing. But then they decided to keep her.
Yeah,
but it's just to give you another option, isn't it? Basically, it's just like to have 2 healers.
But one's better at white magic and one's better at summoning, so it's like which one do you lean more towards? Which is cool.
Tend to lean towards Garnet.
Yeah, because she's still got good healer magic. She's still got like Curiga and stuff. So
yeah, the only thing she doesn't have full light.
Yeah,
but like she can still like, but it gives her more chance to cast summons.
Does she
whereas with Aiko, it doesn't. No, I don't think she
I
does.
think that's just Aiko, isn't it?
Yeah, but then you have all those abilities
There's always
to
one
sort
step
of,
ahead. Yeah,
to
do have
neutralize it. So it's like
and items, so it just doesn't matter too much.
yeah.
I'm just trying to think like what.
She has holy, she has might, she has
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
she has ore. She can turn things into ore.
oh yeah, jewel.
Jewel. That's it. It's like,
But oh, great.
thanks,
But then
Aiko.
she gets a couple of good things. But the thing with Aiko summons is that like they
They
have a
branch.
lot more forms
Yeah.
than Garnets do. But then Garnets are just, I feel like Garnets are just more powerful.
Yeah, well, hers are all like throughout the game story driven, so she gets
Yeah.
like a big wide range of different elements and stuff. So hers are just naturally better. I don't know what else I'd want to see. Just little expansions on things like background characters and things.
Yeah, I think
Nothing too crazy, but just like via side quests and stuff. Like the Gilgamesh side quest at the end of the game's really cool. Like
yeah,
the four-armed man, and he's like, "Oh, my name's Gil."
yeah.
And I like that sort of thing. Maybe they could expand on the sort of thievery thing, because obviously in the game it's all about stealing off bosses and things.
Yeah.
Increase your hidden rank, but maybe they could increase the rank thing into the actual game as like a.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like the more
So
you
you
steal,
can go
like,
out
you
your way
get
to do side quests that are
rewards.
like maybe thief-based side quests, and then that
Yeah.
contributes to it as well. And you have like a, like a ranking thing that you go up.
Yeah, I give a mini game to like every character in some way. Like obviously Queena has frog catching and
Yeah,
Vivi has jump rope.
yeah. Give Vivi better mini games or side quests, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could like have one that's tied to their like class that's something related.
Yeah.
Even if it's Vivi like learning new magic or something, it could just be a side quest, something to do. I don't know.
I think I'm mentally prepared to see black mages die in the,
Oh my,
in
yes.
the updated graphics.
You can see their faces in this new one. They're just like normal people. Like, oh god, ugh, kill it. Yeah. I don't know.
I'd like
really.
to see just more. I'd like to see, like they did with 7. I'd like to see the world map because the main thing with 9 is that obviously because the world got destroyed, that you don't
It's
know
not
about and
obvious.
stuff.
That's the problem.
They Terran buildings were left on its surface,
Yeah, more
but
traces.
primarily
Parents.
over to the left.
Over that way.
Over on the west side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot that like Ibsen's castle's there.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see like I said in the grasslands there was the aqueduct that was there. I want to see like ruins of towns and cities that were once there, and you sort of kind of get like more information on that.
I think
Like
that's
what sort of lived there.
I think that's an issue that I'm imagining, like making it a single game, but then having it be open world. I don't think you can make it true open world. I think it'd be like 16,
No, I don't think it's going to be.
16 when you have these
Yeah.
big individual areas.
I feel like that's what they do with it. They do
Go
it more
between
like
probably
16.
the best way to do it. But obviously, because it's more stylized, you don't have to worry about things being too scale accurate or whatever. You can play around with it, mate. And then you could sort of see all these like runes and stuff and extra bits.
Yeah, I'd like to see stuff like that because it's just like 9's world's amazing, but a lot of it is very much obviously centralized around the Mist Continent,
Yeah.
and then the Outer Continent has some.
Yeah, the other continents do
places,
get
like-
neglected, don't they?
Yeah,
Especially the big deal when you finally go to one. It's like, oh my god, I'm going to another continent. It's like,
and then
fuck
there's
all
no
there.
towns there. Yeah, so it's just
There's
like-
hardly any
it's
civilization.
like all
there.
those. Yeah, there's like ruins and stuff, and then you have like Estogaza.
I think that's the thing that disappointed me most as well when you go to. Is it the outer continent, the top one, the first one you go to? The outer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the forgotten continent. And they're quite similar in terms of like a biome, like it's a deserty, sort
Yeah.
of dry desert. And I was like hoping each continent would be quite different.
One's the outer continent's like very arid and it's sort of like grass. It's sort of savanna-y, like
Savanna-y,
grasslands. and
Deserty.
yeah, and then the other one is it's more canyon
It's like
stuff,
canyons,
but it's
yeah.
still very similar.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I think the Forgotten one needed to be a bit more mysterious because it's like, you know,
Yeah, that's where all the stuff is.
forgotten.
Yeah.
Forgotten about.
It's like where Ibsen's castle. It's where a lot of the Terran structures are. Like Ibsen's castle's there. Then you've got the.
They could even make it where it's a bit Terran-y, a bit weird. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just leftover landscape that's a bit distorted. Like, why is this like this here? Sort of
Yeah.
thing.
That's what I'd like to see.
Andrew would like to see more Terran action.
I would like to see, because there's a lot of hints to it. Like when you go back in, like I did in the video, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like you've got the extraction circle inside Mount Gulag, and then you have the extraction circle in Alexandria,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you look at the background of Alexandria's, there's the Terran symbol.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, why is that there?
Mm-hmm.
Why has that been left there? But then a lot of the Terran
What is
stuff is
that
more
now?
like over there.
Yeah.
And like,
It's
why
just
is
like
that in Alexandria?
Little leftover bits and bobs from back
Yeah,
then.
and then it's like, does that mean that the summoners are Terran? But I don't think it does, because I think like every world has the capability of producing an Eidolon.
Yeah.
Eidolons are just born from myths and legends, and then they become the
That
guardian of the
was
planet.
interesting that, like, I've discovered through your videos that like the myths come first, like
Yeah,
old, like fables and stuff, and then from that the magic creates the Eidolons. It's like, oh, that's really
the
cool.
crystal's like, oh,
I'll do that then.
yeah,
Make you
because like
one
you
of
see it with like Nadine,
Yeah.
like Aiko's parents were just like, oh, we need a hip happening, friend of human and Eidolon.
Doesn't give a damn about society. Skateboarding little guy.
So then
Then
when
comes Medine.
they died, obviously like they went through the crystal, their memories, and then it was just like, yes.
I will take that.
And it created Mog.
Yeah, with a himbo inside.
Yeah.
The himbo inside Art Mughal. I love that book. Yeah, it's hard to sort of say what you want from 9 because I kind of just want 9 again, but like expanded. I think it's more
I think that's
the worry of it being like adapted to, like we said with Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like adapting it upwards, but also keeping the vibes.
I feel like, because obviously Kingdom Hearts team's very different,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like obviously Sakaguchi's not.
I mean, you could get him
Around
on
some-
with like as a sort of a, what do you call it, and
Yeah,
who
I know the
oversees,
word you.
you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
who you refer to, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Because he's on good pals.
Consults.
Yeah, consultation. He's like on good terms again with Square because he republished his game from Mistwalker.
yeah.
And stuff like that. So, you know, it could happen. Yeah, just Nomura, you stay away from it. You've got nothing to do with 9. Yeah, anyway, you just you just go there.
Just stay with
Get
7.
in the corner.
'Cause as amazing as you are, I don't want you touching 9.
Yeah, you had nothing to do with 9. You are not. You're
Don't make Zidane wear black.
Don't-
Please.
Don't introduce time travel. It's complicated enough. Oh, do you know what this game needs?
They go into like now they're going to be like, oh, here's a post-game dungeon where you go back 5,000 years into the past.
Like, God
At
damn it.
Terra's demise. And you rescue it, but then all the genomes disappear. Oh, how
Yeah.
depressing.
You have to breed with all the Terrans to save them. And it's really graphic.
It's just the mini game from 10-2 with the monkeys. But you're holding a Terra.
Up to another Terran's like, come on,
Yeah.
Kiss.
Do it.
do it.
Like there with a doll like that.
Smushing them together.
And then a genome falls out. We know all how it works.
Yeah. You did all your research on 9, you know how it works.
Yeah.
That's the only thing missing from those videos is that. Just smacking two.
I could have put that in there.
You don't know what Terrans look like though, so it would have been just like a figure,
Question
silhouetted
marks.
figure with a question mark, just smashing them together.
Because it's interesting, because like they were like, oh, well, now that Terran souls are being cycled through Gaia's crystal,
Mm-hmm.
Gaia's crystal is now birthing Terran beings onto it.
Don't say birthing.
But it's like, it does though. That's how
I
it
know.
works.
It's very imagery that comes in your head.
So it's like, oh, have we seen a Terran? Technically,
Are you a Terran?
Are you a Terran? They
There
said
could
the
be a
Mughals,
Terran
like,
under
could
your
have been-
bed right now. It's like a propaganda campaign. Yeah, you said about what do you say about Mughals?
Because there's Mughals on Terra and Gaia,
Mm-hmm.
the chances are very low that two crystals would be able to produce the same life form, basically. So they've cycled it through,
Yeah,
and
within a
then
crossover.
and then Mughals have been birthed into Gaia's natural life cycle, and they've settled and they've created like their own society,
Mughal
essentially.
society.
It's Mughal society, but because they might have been mixed with Gaian elements, that's why they're able to sort of branch further out from the Terran ones. Because the Terran ones are like, what the hell's Magnet?
Yeah, they're like,
What
are you
is
talking
this?
about?
What the? I don't know what you're talking about. And they've
Who
all
gave-
got like weird names.
Yeah.
And it's like they may have started off on Terra, then obviously like Gaia is.
Terra's miserable. No wonder they're pissed off. We took their Mughals.
Yeah.
The only source of joy they had, and we're just like, yeah, we'll just siphon these off from you.
Because it was
Oh.
what, 3,000 years?
And I'm like, oh great, we've got like 3 Mughals left now, and they're all we don't like them anyway. All the fun
Moon
ones.
Rock.
Fuck. See, it's like Moon Rocks. It's like another planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough promoting Andrew's video. That's enough.
No, promote it more.
It's good, alright. Get over it. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it.
Want them to expand on. It's a controversial take, Daniel. Chocobo hot and cold.
Could it be expanded
us
upon?
Yes.
Is that possible?
Give us more chocographs. Give us more background.
I was going to say more bonus-based stuff, but it had loads of bonus. It was a
Fucking-
bonus. We just did it that much. We're like, give us a bit more. Just give us a bit more. Give us another area.
What they'll
Give
do is
Chocobo sauna. Go on. There'll be what?
I don't know. I think that was you hit the nail on the head with Chocobo Sauna.
I thought you were going to say, there's going to be... Oh, I was going to say sauna.
But I'd like to see them go into more of like the Chocobo's Paradise and stuff, because that's because there's Chocobo Dream World, and it's obviously like Poverty Dines is like it's all about like that's where like obviously the whole Buddhism thing comes into it, and all these different realms and stuff. There's like a lot of
Buddhism.
interlocking worlds. Like the Chocobo's Dream
Yeah.
World is obviously very separate from the natural world,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
not just because Choco's asleep.
Could be.
And then
Okay.
and then you go to Chocobo's Paradise, but when you go inside it, you look in the background. There's just like mountains.
Yeah, it's like really like it's like a literal like it's heaven for chocobos.
Yeah, so
Like,
it's
am
just
I
like
dead?
okay. It's like
That's why it's like
Is that
paradise.
why-
It's like, oh, is this the afterlife?
yeah,
It kind of is, but without them dying. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
you've achieved enlightenment. You can come to this
I
garden.
wonder
in the
how
sky.
all the other Chocobos got there though, because like you can only get there if you fly.
What he did grant to alone. They're all dead. They're all just like they all literally got there via dying. They did a great feat, but like they died to save their master. And they're like, oh come on, come in, we'll let you. We'll let you.
Because you're like going back to the stylized thing. It's just like there's so many characters that are just so weird and wacky. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You just got like just like all these animal people
Our animal
everywhere.
friends. That's why it's like a fairy tale book. I think we said.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you said it or I said it like a while ago when we first talked about it. I think it was like saying it'd be cool if it even had sort of like an even more unique art style, like a storybook drawn
Yeah.
quality, but not too much. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
To keep like it a bit still whimsical. But I don't know. It would really depend on how they implement it. I think I was thinking like the end of Chocobo Racing with the hand drawn.
Oh yeah.
Like not necessarily that style, but it made me think of
No,
it,
but like yeah.
like the 9 style, but just sort of a bit more fairy tale. drawing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounds
I don't have the
cool to
answers.
me,
I'm
Daniel.
not working on the game. I'm not Hiroyuki Ito, or whatever he's called. One of the guys who made it. I don't know. Yeah, who would he get back on it? I hope to get some of the original people back on it.
I hope so too.
Oh,
because it needs that pizzazz.
I was going to say, Uematsu isn't doing soundtracks anymore. He would oversee it. I think he oversaw some of 7 remakes.
Yeah, he did.
I think he's just there, like, nodding when he was like, that's good. Nice. I like.
Can't see that, but
Andrew put his thumb up to imitate Nobuo Uematsu. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know any other soundtrack artists who are in that style.
No.
Because obviously 7's very, like, modernized.
Yeah.
What I've seen,
I feel like
right,
because of how they've done 3, because I was thinking part 3. 7.
Yes.
And it's split up into 3 games and stuff. I don't think they basically said before that they don't want to do a project that big again.
They have, yeah, because we've asked about Final Fantasy 6. They'd be like, if we did that, it would be like bigger than 7 because just the scale of it.
Yeah, there's so many characters and everything, and
the size of the story and stuff.
And it'd be easier to do with something like 9, but I feel like they're not going to change. They're going to really overhaul like how it looks, and they're going to make it look amazing. And you're going to have you got to go through all the cities. That's the thing. That's one thing I'm really excited about is just being in the cities and stuff. And
we're wandering around with a free camera.
Yeah.
Even if, like, I feel like my prediction is, it will largely be the same game, but you'll be able to free roam the city a bit more.
Yeah.
It won't be open world.
No, it'll have big areas.
The graphics will be like kind of the same, but modernized. And yeah, I feel it probably will be maybe turn-based combat, unless I can, because I'm struggling to picture like how combat would work.
Yeah.
If they don't want to do a big project, I reckon it'll be like a very what's the word?
They could do it like Visions and Trial.
Yeah, but 9
because that's very stylized. Yeah, yeah.
Because I like the thing that reminded me, like when I saw the memorial project, I was like, this just reminds me of Trials of Mana, and like the graphics were good, but it felt very fan projecty.
Yeah,
and I think the thing that the Moria thing was lacking was texture to the world. Like it was all like it had the chunky style of buildings and rock and stone.
Yeah, because like
stuff.
Alexandria is like high medieval.
It didn't feel worn, but I feel like that's just because it's a fan project, and that's fine. And I feel like it would obviously you'd achieve that more with the full proper remake. But yeah, I think not making it too polished, it'd be like key. Because obviously it's not as grimy as like 7 and 8. It's not modern.
No, because like
steampunk,
each kingdom has its own. Yeah, like each kingdom has its own style. Like you've got Alexandria, which is high medieval, like Tudor-y style.
Yeah, and
then you've got Bermesia, which is like very mosaic design, and it's like a warren. I think because it's supposed to be like a rat's nest, basically. And then you've got industrial Lindblom.
Yeah, Lindblom,
which is like it's like massive castle and everything. And
yeah, it's like a vertical city, isn't
it? And then you've got Clara, which is just it's
big treehouse.
Big treehouse, yeah. But it's cathedrals very sort of like I did write this down in the
like Celtic
at the time. It's like kind of Celtic.
The music
like,
is and the way they dance and stuff.
Indian-y, like the way the like the citadel is. It's very weird. It's not anything like anything else
mix,
there.
Yeah, because it's weird because obviously a lot of the settlements are on the Mist Continent because that's like a big chunk of the story is obviously based, and other continents are just sort of there as there'll be like a location you go to on each one sort of thing, but it's not really populated. Because obviously they could show like the airships floating around in the Mist Continent and stuff.
Yeah, I loved that when I first played it, and you do that the bit with the cargo ship, and you see all the ships flying around.
Yeah, I miss that one. Like the further you get in the game, you don't see that as much because you're just there whizzing around, and you're like, oh, there's a little airship.
Yeah, because obviously they get rid of all the mist, don't they? So
and then
they can't
ruin
run.
it. Fucking ruin it. It's like, no! I want to see a little airship going around and never see again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it fascinating. I don't know. Part of me still like, are they still going to do it or not? Because a part of me is like, this could be it. This he might just do these bunch of collaborations and then he might remaster it. Or if they just remaster it.
Yeah, they could just remaster it, yeah.
Where do you like update all the backgrounds and
yeah,
they've already done one where they've
it...
updated the character sprites, but like the PS4, PS3 re-releases or whatever, they've just sort of polished them, but then the backgrounds always look crap, so it's like you're gonna redo
them all. But yeah, it could just be that, like, you know, like people could just be blowing out their own ass, but like
I don't know. Blame Nvidia leaks.
Yeah. But it's just it's fascinating to see because it's like obviously we're big fans of Final Fantasy 9. It's our favourite.
It's our favourite one.
So we want to see it be done right, the justice it deserves.
I feel like it would be likely to sort of consult with Sakaguchi.
Yeah, I feel like they will.
Now they're sort of on speaking terms again and stuff, and working together.
I like Vivi.
He loved the Vivi. And they're selling Vivi's
I wish I could
hat,
find that again. Yeah, they are selling Vivi's hat.
which is incredible. I want one.
Yeah,
it's like
I want one too.
$3. I'm like, I would spend that if I had it. I would have his hat and wear it through the town. But yeah, that's our thoughts.
I can't think of any other thoughts. I think those are the main things. It just expanded on the cast.
Yeah.
Battle system, how it could have worked, how it like just the general mechanics could work.
Mm-hmm. One thing I didn't mention: voice acting. And that's a contentious one because obviously it hasn't been voice acted properly.
We've heard a few characters talk.
We have in different projects. Yeah.
Yeah, like Zidane. Zidane is voiced by the guy who does Guanping. I know that much. I can hear Guanping's voice.
Yeah.
From Dinosaurs, yeah. Stein. I think I've heard Steiner's voice, and I don't like it.
In what?
For Chocobo Racing.
No.
Because he was in that, the new one.
Oh yeah.
With
Vivi. Forget about a new one.
Yeah, he was in that with Vivi, and it was kind of just like, oh yes, I'm a Knight of Alexandria sort of thing. But that's
fine, but he needs a bit more.
Yeah,
because not that, but you know what I mean. A bit more. Just a bit more boisterous.
Yes, yeah.
He needs to sound indignant all the time.
Yeah, Vivi. We heard in Kingdom Hearts 2, but I
don't like it.
A little squeaky.
I don't like what they do with Vivi's voice now. I don't like the little girl voice he has.
I don't like the fact that he has Phil's voice from Rugrats. Because he's had that since, I think it was World of Final Fantasy.
I was going to say World of Final Fantasy because you were like, oh, I guess it is voices.
Yeah, it was fucking
Rugrats.
Phil. And then he had that voice again in Chocobo Racing.
Don't decide on that.
I don't like...
Were we the only ones who thought he sounded that specific way that we always say? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
That did do justice, but did you feel like he sounded like that? Like a bit nasally, a bit...
Yeah.
A bit nerdy.
I feel like... Yeah. Just sort of like shy and...
Yeah.
Not like so high-pitched, but
no,
kind
not
of
high-pitched
sort of
at all,
like,
no.
Just very sort of like... I'm so nervous.
No, not American.
Well, I did say that.
I'm so nervous. Cowbugger.
Not like Chucky, like not quite like Chucky, like a lighter Chucky.
Yeah, more Chucky in style.
Parish.
No, you've gone too far.
Aiko, I feel like she'd be very sort of like very bratty.
Yeah, I feel like she'd be quite easy to imagine doing.
Can't imagine Amaranth's voice.
Just a moody, like, make him a cockney.
He's got Daddy Dyer to do his voice.
Oh god, the imagery. Just like Amaranth's tiny little face, but it's Daddy Dyer. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Queen, like, obviously would be very sort of
Oh
like,
my god.
hey, Zidane. I think it'd just be that, basically.
Jesus Christ.
I think, Daniel, I've got something to tell you.
I am voice acting
I am
Queen. It's like, wow, that's uncanny. It's like slobbering down the mic. It's like, oh, that's perfect take. You don't need another one.
Queen talking, though. It's just like a fucking, like...
Just like a muppet.
And then Garnet,
What Freya? Sexy woman voice, I reckon.
I can actually kind of imagine her sounding sort of like Fran, but not as...
Fran's very unique, her voice.
Yeah.
Hard to explain Fran's voice.
Yeah. But I can imagine that because of the way like her mouth is and everything.
Don't bring the mouth into it, just because she's got a little snout.
A little rat girl.
She's Rachel, just because she's Rachel.
Rachel.
I was the voice I imagined it then. I thought, oh no, actually that'd be better Beatrix's voice. Like quite a deep, imposing voice.
I feel like Freya. I can sort of see her being sort of a mix of.
Because I feel like Freya's quite a mysterious character because her face is largely quite obscured. So I feel like her voice would sound quite mysteriously and intriguing.
It's like it sounds really weird. Like in my head, it sounds weird. A mix of Fran and Una, like an in between both. Like
no, I can't.
She has sort of like a. I don't know because I can't imagine Garnet's either.
No.
I don't want her to just be like Kyrie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be like, hey, Zidane.
Hey, Zidane, have GAIA.
Oh yeah, the one thing they better let me do if they do a remake of it is let me rename Garnet. Because I'm not fucking calling her Dagger.
Dagger. Oh yeah, what are you going to do about the voice acting then? That's a good point. The characters...
They'll probably just take it out.
The characters not referred to throughout the rest of the game, or will he still...
No, they'll probably just take out naming your characters.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, like, yeah, they'd have to rethink that moment. It's like, oh, you can use the nickname Dagger. Call me Garnet.
I can't do it. I'm just like, why do you want to be called Dagger?
Because she's dangerous, Andrew. She could kill you with one swipe.
I do remember, like, when I first, like, where this came from. The poster.
The paint photo of the poster of Vivi as well. Where this came from, points.
But that was more for your benefit than
I know, but even it's off camera for me. It's good job I already know what your room is and know what's there. Because you just went,
see the corner
this
of it.
here,
Look.
this here. I can see a very brief corner.
It was obviously like the magazine. It had an article about it, and I remember seeing Garnet in it and thinking that like it was when she was on the ship, the cargo ship, and she was flying it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember looking at it, and it's like, wow, like she's like essentially like a sky pirate.
Yeah.
And she was like had a ship and everything. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then she just turned out to be a princess. But
yeah, because the way
like,
she was dressed in a little jumpsuit. I was like,
yeah.
oh, cool. She looks cool.
Because they didn't really explain anything. It had like the renders of every character, but I didn't really understand that that's what they were. Because I saw Queen and Ico, and I was like, that's not. What is this?
That's not cricket. I don't understand. Why is he a big frog lady with a chef's hat?
Well, yeah. And then I realised afterwards, like, oh, they're the characters. Because it had like information, or like it was just going over like brief details and stuff, but it didn't really like point to like this is Garnet, this is Zidane, this is. Yeah. So I didn't know. I had no idea.
I had no clue.
I had an article about Final Fantasy X in it as well, which is really weird.
Yeah, because 9, 10, and 11 all worked on at the same time, which is bonkers behaviour.
Yeah.
Fucking Square always overreaching with their fucking ambition. Crazy.
Yeah, because it had a picture of Una and Tidus, and I was like, what is this?
Who is this? Yeah, I remember seeing like a screenshot of 10 really early on and being like, what? Why are they working on this? Like, 9's just come out. I'm talking about 11. I don't understand.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's pretty much everything, Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not going to do my last feature because it's quite a long
really long.
recording, and
Yeah.
it will end on a really down note because I haven't done a good job. I barely
You can tell
put-
them to be off
What?
camera. Tell them to be off camera.
Yeah, you can do.
Or save them for the next
Yeah, I was going to say I might need them. I might need them for next time. If next time is even worse, I'll just come back to these. But yeah.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much for watching, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know in the comments if you think Final Fantasy 9 Remake is a thing, in what you would like to see from it.
Yeah, what would you
I'm
want to
not
see?
sure what that word
from
was in the
Final
middle
Fantasy
there,
IX remake? I was going to say, hopefully, it's not announced before this comes out.
yeah.
But I mean, we won't really know what to expect anyway, even if it is announced, unless they drop like a massive
A trailer.
half an hour long trailer.
Watch what they did with Oblivion. I'm like, hey, look, we've remade Final Fantasy 9 and it's out
And it's
right
out
now.
Jesus Christ, I'm not prepared. But yeah, it's gonna be out for a little bit.
Thank you so much.
I mean, it will be out. It won't matter for you listening.
Yeah.
But I've got to get the best bits up first. But I'll try and get it all done and edited, and then when there's some Final Fantasy 9 news, I'll just drop it. I guess some
Yeah, just do it before the 25th anniversary, which is in June.
June.
I believe.
That's enough time for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't
Yes.
forget to go to our social medias at Bound by Pixels.
Bye
And go to Daniel's website, danielsdesigns.com for not collaboration needs. That's not what I meant. Commission needs.
Oh, I
Don't fall out of
really
your chair,
bad.
Daniel.
Oh, I've been sat here too long.
Because I said collaboration, you collapsed in on
Really
yourself.
Andrew said collaboration, and my leg seized up. Oh, there you go. I'm just going to stand for the last bit. Just
And
stand
then
right here.
don't forget to subscribe to my channel at The Drew Gamer and go to our socials at Danji's Designs and at The Drew Gamer.
Yeah.
Daniel's dying, so we'll end it off here.
Just the fact it happened just as we're about to finish. Oh, God.
Bye, everyone.
See you later, guys.